We had quite a big morning, didn't we? Guys, sometimes obviously we watch a lot of trainings on this channel. We watch and we don't just watch, of course, the on-demand trainings, which is what we're going to do today, but sometimes we go into trainings live and we watch them live as they happen. And you never quite know what you're going to get when it comes to a woke training. Sometimes it is the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life, and sometimes nothing happens. And there have absolutely been trainings where we go to it and we sit through the whole thing and nothing really happens, and it's not eventful, and there's no cringe, and there's no story, and it just is what it is. And so you never quite know what you're going to get when you walk into a woke training or something that we're doing live, that I'm doing as part of of my journalisming, because by some miracle, I became the real journalist when all the real journalists became activists. You never quite know what you're going to get when you're covering an event. Are they going to say something crazy? Are they not going to say something crazy? Is there going to be any story? Is it just going to be boring? But this morning, for those of you who got up early, like me, and we're on the internet by 10 a.m., which I know that 10 a.m. doesn't seem early for a lot of people, but I work until 3 or 4 in the morning, okay? 10 a.m. is very early for me. But I put on my big girl pants, I had a very large cup of coffee, and I got my ass up anyway. And I'm really glad we did, because this morning, for Spy Stream, we, watched a training funded by the mayor of Washington, D.C. The name of this training was Gender and Sexuality 101. And in this training, a lot of stuff happened in this training. But one of the major things, and the thing that I'm leading with, is that they had an entire section in this training in which the trainers that are being paid by the taxpayer, because this is funded by the mayor's office, the trainers literally taught people to stop using terms like mother and father and brother and sister and boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. And yes, my favorite, I think everyone's favorite, is that we're not allowed to call our nieces and nephews anymore. Now we have to call them nibblings. Hello, nibblings. This is real. I'm going to play you guys the clip. So this morning for Spy Stream, which you can find over on the website if you want to, you can access the full stream in that file, or you can access it in this one. We went inside a live training and we saw what happened. And there are so many clips that are going to come out from this, but this is just the first one. Do you guys want to see the clip that I've released already? Let me just set up the sound just to catch up anyone who didn't feel like getting up at the crack of dawn in order to attend the training with us. Let me play you guys the clip.
So for the end of our session today, we really just want to break down, okay, we've got the terms, we're going to keep using them and be on this process. What are other things that we can do to make sure we're creating safe spaces? We'll send this to you, obviously. This, as we think about what can we do to dismantle gender spaces, gender inclusive language, right? So gendered language is everywhere. So this is very small, but husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. You may hear folks refer to their people as partners or spouses, which is a gender neutral term. Boys and girls, we can talk children's, kids, kiddos, young people, everyone, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, folks, everyone. You'll hear me use folks a lot. Just encompasses a large group of people for all genders, right? A lot of us will say, hey, guys, especially in the sports space, come on over, guys. You're automatically excluding anyone who doesn't identify as a boy, right? Or that prescribed gender as a guy. And so things like that are just those small catches. I'll still say guys and be like, whoop. And so it's just those quick corrections in the moment of, oh, I'm so sorry. There's multiple people here. Come on over, everyone. Um, Brother and sister, we can refer to them as siblings. And something that I learned recently for young people in our life who are the children of our siblings, the term that is being used is nibblings, which I really enjoy. So we'll add that to the list as well. Other things that we can do to dismantle gendered spaces. Sometimes young kids have been taught, right? They live in our society, so they're going to work within the binary. So here are some examples of things that we can respond with. So when kids say, oh, is that a boy or a girl? An example could be, we can't tell their gender just by looking at them. Why don't we just go ask them to play? Or other examples here of when their boys can't do this, right? Other ways that we can open the conversation to help young people explore gender at 6 and 7 years old is a beautiful thing for them to start understanding that it is a choice, it is a spectrum, and they ultimately have space to decide how they want to show up.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is just one of a bunch of clips that we got this morning live on SpyStream. Now, SpyStream is something that is exclusive to me. I am the only person taking people inside these live trainings as they're happening. And trust me, guys, there are more clips coming. I've got clips. The entire presentation, and they said this at the very beginning, was designed explicitly to dismantle the gender binary. We had them. There was a section in the presentation where they were all encouraged to share their gender identity, and they couldn't use gendered language to share their gender identity, and people were like, I feel like a graceful flower, and I feel like camel with sparkle, and like la 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 la. And it was insane. It was everything that I wanted in a woke training. We saw that live this morning. So I went live a little bit late today because I was busy making clips and exporting clips and doing all this stuff and trying to get this story out there. And of course, most importantly, so far as I'm concerned, posting the thread on Twitter. And for some reason, and I don't know why this happened, Twitter has changed my name to the Unwoke Wiki because I was working in the Unwoke Wiki account earlier today. And for some reason, Twitter said, oh, you're working in this Unwoke Wiki account? That must mean you want your main account changed to the Unwoke Wiki information. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it took my blue check away because it changed the name of my profile. And now my profile is under review by Twitter, so I can't change it back. So everyone's just gonna have to deal with me being called Unwoke Wiki on Twitter for a few days until Twitter gets their shit together and fixes it so I can change my name back. I don't know what the hell that was about. But anyway, guys, my point is this. When we come up with stories like this, not only is it helpful for you guys to share the article on the Substack, which of course is great, but for those of you who are on Twitter or X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, one of the most helpful things you guys can do when we come up with stories like this is to not just share this tweet and like retweet it, but what you also want to do is you also want to quote tweet it. And because if you quote tweet it, I'm going to be able to retweet you and all this stuff. And so we get some extra play for it. So if anyone is on X or Twitter, oh, no. Colin Wright has no respect for what I do. I have no respect for Colin Wright. And Colin Wright's girlfriend or fiance or whatever the fuck she is, Christina Buttons, is a legitimate psycho who has been shit-talking me on the internet for years, which is why Colin Wright doesn't like me, because of his cunt girlfriend, Christina Buttons. So that ain't gonna go nowhere because Colin Wright, like every other conservative influencer on the internet, doesn't actually care about the problems that he claims to care about. Christina Buttons doesn't actually care about the problems she claims to care about. It's all about social media clout and influence. And so if you want these things shared, guys, you got to get on your own Twitter account, share it yourself, quote tweet it. I will retweet you. And we got to do this ourselves, guys. The influencers are not going to save us because the influencers don't really give an F about any of this. They just care about being famous and having retweets and likes and clout and going on all the shows. So yeah. And they're all fucking around on Twitter when I'm going to trainings at 9:30 in the morning and getting actual news that none of them do. And then they steal my journalism and call it theirs, which is why I have to brand everything 19 ways from Sunday now. Anyway, 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 thank you, Jan. I appreciate it. Anyway, guys, I wanted to make sure people knew about that. And if you are a supporter and you haven't yet checked out Spy Stream, you can. The full stream is available in this if you want to watch the full thing. Of course, it is still on the links that went out last night as well. But I'm going to be doing some more clips from this. It's going to be great. And of course, I have some more. I have some more because that's not our only Spy Stream of the week. That is but our first Spy Stream of the week. We will be doing another Spy Stream on Thursday. What the hell? That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. There we go. We will be doing another Spy Stream on Thursday, and I believe it's at noon. Yup, this one is a little bit later. So if you want to join the next Spy Stream, which is in 2 days from now at noon, it's going to be a more in-depth training. It's going to be a 3-hour workshop, and it's another biggie, guys. Ain't no rinky-dink organization doing the training that we're going to be watching on Thursday. I'm already in. I've already got their info. And so we'll be doing that on Thursday. And the only way to get access to Spy Stream live so you can see journalisming happens in real time. That's what you're getting when you're getting Spy Stream. You're actually seeing journalism happen in real time before anyone else knows about it. How cool is that? And you get to be a part of that. You get to be a part of like uncovering the stories. So if you want to join me for the next Spy Stream at noon, head over to my Substack, which is Carlyn, KARLYN.substack.com. And what you want to do is sign up as a supporter. And that's $8 a month or $80 a year. I am completely 100% grassroots funded by normal people on the internet who just want to know what the truth is. You don't want the bullshit. You don't want the clickbait. You don't want the nonsense. You want nuanced takes and you want receipts that you can see for yourself and decide what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. My only obligation is to tell you the truth and to show you the receipts so you know it doesn't come from me. You never have to say, I never say, pinky swear, trust me, bro. You can sign up and see all of the information for yourself and decide what you are comfortable with. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing that, I would really appreciate it.